Om Jananim Sharadam Devim Ramakrishnam Jagadgurum Padapadme Tayo Shritva Pranamami Murmu. A tantric devotee has come. We saw in detail what this tantra means, how it, in the last class it was very nice to know the various aspects of tantra. The tantra where man daringly opposes with his ego and power and all that. He develops, he has faith of course in the self. Faith in oneself is more powerful. These aghoris, the kapalikas and all come in that path. And there are others also who yield to the objects of enjoyment because they cannot transcend it and slowly struggle to evolve through that. But a few alone, because the tendencies and drives of nature are very strong. Both internal craving is there, external drive is there of the nature. Preservation of species is one of the principles of nature. So nature drives. So all these desires of self-preservation and preservation of species driven by the nature and our own cultivation. Self-preservation is a law of nature, but we become greedy in that. We become selfish, we become self-centered. That, if it is not there, accumulation of wealth or earning more doesn't harm. Mindness should not be there on that. So that makes him, binds him. So through enjoyment, possessing all the enjoyment, objects of enjoyment, he tries to remain undisturbed, tries to go beyond. So there also it's a valid path, but very few succeed, they say. So when we come to the other side, exactly opposite, apart from these two, there is the where divinization takes place. Everything is divinized, divinized, divinized. Body is divinized, mind is divinized. That impurity cannot stay. And last, the vision of becomes so pure that nothing bad or good. He has transcended good and bad and standing beyond the two and looking at it as equal. Equanimity of absoluteness comes only when you know the self or the transcendental reality beyond the universe. Yesterday in the last class we saw how the whole universe is looked upon as the manifestation of God. It is God, Vishwarupa. God has taken the form. In the ocean when the ice is formed, ice is so same water which the ocean is. So this aspect, the ocean itself, the water of the ocean itself is here. The God himself is there as universe, and it dissolves back in the universe. And the power which creates this formation of the ice, the coldness which has created, that power, and which is going to dissolve again into it, that power which is going to maintain it as it is, as ice. These three powers of creation, sustenance, dissolution we call Divine Mother. Because of the creative process. So this, she has nature. Now you see, the ice is within the ocean. It is floating in the ocean. It is a part, now it's surrounded all around by water. It is water, pervaded by water. The pervaded water, The universe is God, pervaded by God. All-pervading consciousness which is making it illumine, exist, appear, is called the Ishvara, or the Lord of the universe. So this is one aspect of universe, God. Another is the ocean in which the universes are flowing. That is substratum for the universe. Pervading Sutratma, the water in which it is floating, is the Brahman, or the absolute existence. Absolute existence, relative existence. The Brahman and the Vishwa. And both are, this universe is considered and it is God. It is ocean water in the form of ice. That's all the difference. This difference, we saw, it is taken in the Tantras with great importance. In all the Bhakti schools we are seeing, they adopt the Tantras of this divinization part. I am divinized. Bhuta Shuddhi is done in the puja worship. Similarly, the objective world is purified. Then what is this purification? We do Om Fat Fat and all this in the puja. Is I am trying to remove the material aspect and brighten from within the spiritual aspect. There are two aspects of existence. Existence is there, matter is there. Existence belongs to the Chaitanya. Matter belongs to the Prakriti. So Prakriti, it need not be. Prakriti need not project herself. When the universe dissolves, what remains is Prakriti. And the Prakriti nature has become the universe. Now this part, every object has two aspects, the spiritual existence and the material existence. When we are trying to purify these things, I am taking away its material existence, awareness in me, and instead brightening the divine awareness of this. As if I am penetrating it and seeing the divine pervading it, which is causing it express itself. It's able to express, I am able to perceive because of the presence of the divine. So that divinity becomes the most important part of oneness of all things. Otherwise they are all looks like separate. This Sri Ramakrishna used to very often use the analogy of seeing everything as made up of wax. All the same colors, this, that, houses, everything is as it is, but whole thing is made up of wax. Any window you open and see, it is wax. Door you open and see, it is wax. Walls you open and see, it is wax. Pillars you open and see, it is wax. Except wax, nothing is there. Like that, whole thing is God, except God, nothing is there. But appearance, just like in dream, everything is mind. The tiger is mind, man is mind, water is mind, sky is mind, everything is mind. Mind has taken the form of the universe. Here the God has taken the form of the universe. This aspect is most important in the tantric path, which is the most sattvic one, and where there is no jerks and all, there is no renunciation of tearing away from anything. No, try to see the divine. So this, when it is adopted, in each path we call it Agama. Shruti and Agama. So Agama, when we say, it is coming down, the truth is coming down to the accessible level. It's coming down to the accessible level. Now, that is the Agama. Shaiva Agama, Shakta Agama, Vaishnava Agama, all this. These are the part of. Now, the Tantric who has come has more inclination towards this, though he may be belonging to the other initiated or guided by that, but he always has a tendency to see the divine. My master to the tantric, it's a part of the tantric discipline to drink wine from this human skull. Human skull. See, to see a dead body, how much a person gets frightened all of a sudden. If somebody is carrying a dead body, few people are carrying a dead body, it's heavily raining, they are not able to go. Some house comes, if they say, I will keep for shelter little in your house, this dead body, means they don't allow. They are frightened. What kind of fear it creates, you see. The moment we see a dead body, from distance it doesn't look so much nowadays of the modern scientific understandings. But no, even the scientist will not allow the dead body to be kept in his house even for an hour. So with all our knowledge, now you see that dead body on which that is used as asana for meditation. On that dead body, they sit and meditate. So these things where that what causes fear and abortion, intense dislike, abhorrence, it is, I don't want to see it. Deep abhorrence it causes. That is daringly it is taken up. Calmly, unaffected they remain. So this aspect of, in that one of the discipline is human skull is taken, and in that wine is taken, and they have to drink the wine in that. So this is one of the discipline. Maybe one drop, maybe 2 drops, or maybe a spoon. But how much, even new things you see, suppose any thing which is used otherwise, if it is asked to, it is unused. You eat in this, if you say, they cannot do. Because of it is associated, the thoughts come. Suppose Latin pan, new one. Take food in that and eat means how they feel. A kind of abhorrence. It is not used at all, it's new, it has come just from the factory. We don't eat it. So there is a bowl which is kept for dogs every day. So food is given it. Nicely washed and clean and sterilized. You eat means people hesitate to eat. So this hesitation to remove from the heart, try to see the Divine Mother in everyone, everything. The skull of the human skull is taken, and wine is taken, and they drink to overcome all this dislike. The human flesh, when Bhairavi Brahmani is teaching Sri Ramakrishna the Tantras, she brings rotten human flesh, and a small piece maybe, it's stinking, maybe 1 gram. As it is being brought, she says, look here, this is rotten human flesh. Put this in the mouth, swallow it. Thakur gets frightened. Human flesh, rotten. So mother, telling he enters into samadhi sthiti. Now you see, then Bhairav Brahmani says, you should not have abhorrence for anything. You are telling everything is Divine Mother, everything is God. Can you not see God in this? So here the transcendence comes. So in this process, Sri Ramakrishna has passed through all this in a small, simple way, but by the time he can take it near the mouth, he is already in deep samadhi. Where he has to go, transcending all this, is there naturally happening to him. So Sri Ramakrishna is telling, it is a part of Tantra discipline to drink wine from a human skull. This wine is called Karana. Is not that so? Tantric, yes sir. Master. But I can't touch wine at all. How the things you see. But I cannot touch wine at all because it is intoxicating. There are various intoxicants. Now, smoking is there, the lowest type of intoxications. Momentary thrill in the body it may give because of the nicotine directly entering into the blood through the smoke. This harms only body, affects only body. Suppose a little deeper, hemp and all other things which they eat, intoxicant, something like drugs, that affects mind. It works at the mental level. Hallucinations, all these are created. Not only it is sedative-like, but it has an effect on the mind. The smoking affects only body. This affects mind also. It captures the mind and starts working in a different way, which is not there. It starts projecting. And then, because there are various cells in the brain which are meant for a particular purpose, those are misguided. Now, becoming unconscious at a blow. Suppose a person falls or an accident happens, he becomes unconscious. It is a saving method of the nature. Suppose I use to activate that without the danger, I am misusing it. I want to be unconscious. Some drug may going to affect only that. Like that, these hallucinations, which by various diseases of mind are created, can be created by the drugs, medicines. That affects the mind. And when you come to the drinks, wine and all this, alcohols, it affects consciousness. I am conscious. This consciousness is affected. Now, body, mind, I am not that, but I am consciousness myself. When my consciousness is affecting, my existence is affecting, where is my identity? I don't know whether I am an animal or human or divine. The whole thing is tarnished. It is like putting some poison or medicine in the object which absorbs and becomes that. Or coloring, sweet meets the color. Whole thing gets color. Suppose coconut burfi, it can be pure white as it is done. It can be colored also. The whole thing. If my consciousness gets colored, my behavior changes. The whole consciousness is the basis of my existence. My outlook, my identity, my whole thing changes. I start behaving as I want, as the flow of the vasanas from within. I don't have self-control. I don't know the consequences of it. I am doing karma. I may beat someone, I may harm someone. I have to pay for everything that what I am doing. So that's why in scriptures, some things are permitted, but some things are banned. In the banned, this one, alcohol comes into picture, because it is going to break down your consciousness, split. So here Sri Ramakrishna says, I can't touch wine at all. Tantric, you have spontaneous divine bliss. The whole struggle, all these tantrikas are taking, all these sadhakas are struggling in various paths through various religion, is to attain that state of everlasting bliss and eternal peace and total freedom from nature. Absolute peace, absolute bliss, and absolute freedom. This is what all jivas' lives are trying. All religions are struggling to attain that unchanging eternity. So you have that spontaneous divine bliss. What is the need of sadhana? Or one who enjoys that bliss wants nothing else. Now, you see, all these things, whatever we are doing is to attain that bliss, and it is within me and accessible to me, but I am caught, I am not able to turn within. I am caught by the glamours of this world and identity with the body and association with the external world, keeping mind and desire for enjoyments and actions, kartritva, bhoktritva, and jnatritva. That is, ego is binding me. So we don't feel that enjoyment with it, though it is within. One who enjoys that bliss wants nothing else. He is in the ocean of bliss as bliss. What more does he want? It's like a millionaire who has the whole world as his, suppose, and he has whatever he wants he can possess and enjoy. The whole world, suppose it belongs to him, whole earth belongs to a person. Now imagine his wealth and property and his own status. Suppose, will he ask or beg for something, small thing from the world? Maybe golden ornament, most precious stones. Does anybody ask? Everything is his. Like that, when that bliss is vast and unimaginable dimension at all times, it is his position. He as bliss is floating in the bliss. What more bliss can this world give? Momentary enjoyments, which is immediately followed by sufferings and bondage. So that he is telling, you have spontaneous divine bliss. One who enjoys that bliss wants nothing else. Master, I don't care for japa and austerity. Japa is constant flow of divine from within. Japa. And austerity is my suppressing bodily existence. All austerities are done. It is not including mortification of body. All austerities are observed, not for harming the body or condemning anything, but to awaken the spirit. So the awakening of spirit, I don't care for japa or austerity. Constant thinking of divine or suppressing body, trying to hold on to the higher or rejecting the lower. Both I don't care, but I have constant remembrance and consciousness of God. What is the... I don't care for first standard and second standard when I go to the college. I don't say it is invalid. It has no place in the world, no. I don't want it because I know what it is. Ins and outs of the first and second standard. No, I'm in college. I don't care for first standard. They bring me all books of the first standard and give me. I don't. That way, when we transcend a thing, we don't want that. We don't care for it. Whether it exists or not. Now, when the old age comes in the life of a sadhaka, he feels nothing was necessary to be done. Whole life, it was just what we wanted was memory of the constant remembrance of God. All others have gone. All things what I have done has disappeared. But when we are there in the world, everything becomes essential. I want this, I want that, I want that. We are earning our life. And whatever we see, we feel it is absolutely necessary. Without that, life doesn't go. It looks like, I must have a car. I must have a mobile. I cannot work without a cell phone. It looks like that. But what all I have earned through this mobile earning, I've accumulated wealth, I built a house, the house is gone. What all I did in my life, children, this, that, and all, they are already dead or they are going to die away. What all man creates, he has an end. So when they create everything, he has, in the last, when he is alone, he has to leave his body also, which he did lot of exercises and all that, it protected him. Nutritious food and so many calculations he did. What to eat, what not to eat. The tasty food he ate, everything has no meaning when he is leaving the body and going away. Then the thought comes, nothing was necessary to do anything in this world or struggle for. What is wanted was within. And that I could not get. All other things I have got. This understanding comes in the end, towards the end of the life. So here we see Sri Ramakrishna telling that I have constant remembrance and consciousness of God, which is to be attained. That is the only thing to be attained. Now, whether spiritual practices are there or not, if you can attain this somehow, it is sufficient. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.